So fast as you're shopping around, get tired and thirsty and need a drink of water, then pull out your bucket and draw your water from the community well on our right on the ground. What convenience. We got everything for you in Charleston. Everything. Even a doctor and a hospital bed waiting on you. Drink that water. Here to our left, coming up here, is a good example of a double house. See what I mean? A room on each side of the door, and it's wide. All over the place. Double houses, single houses, Freedman style houses. And to our right, another double house, yeah, see what I mean? Then there's a double house down here with a porch. Most of the time, the double houses sit so close to the street, ain't no room for the porch. Find those when they sit away from the street. Like here to our right here, they would almost always have a porch. The porches were very important. Before air conditioning, hey, people slept on their porches. Do that now, wake up, body parts missing. Everything missing. But as you all can see though, we are no longer in Charleston. We are now in the Georgetown section of Washington, D.C. Looks like it, doesn't it? Cheapest home around less than $1 million. Now let's get to our right. Sold about 6 years ago for $7,200,000. And if you got a ghost, go higher. If you can identify who that ghost is, some famous person, go as high as you want. This realtor told me, when they advertise the house for sale, if the house has a ghost, they don't hide the fact that the house has a ghost. Because the house with a ghost shall just as quickly as the house without a ghost. I ain't want no ghost. Holy Ghost. Yeah. Oh, I need to trim these trees around here, so bad. The brick house straight in front dates back to 1769. The Miles Bruton house. Miles Bruton was big in the slave trade industry. You can tell by the slave quarters he has at his right house. It goes far back down on the property. That gate opening right there is a rare sight. Because people don't really, they really have gate closed all the time. They don't get to see all those slave quarters back there. Miles Bruton was big in the slave trade industry, had slave ships and all. But what's the most striking thing about the property itself? Isn't that awesome? Look at the spikes all over the place. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
I'm good at all that. And I tell you about that when?
Later.
Later. That's a big house. Beautiful house. But must see the prettiest house in the world. That's what I call it. Here it is to our right. Look at the gold around the door. Inside the house, the molding, the trimmed in gold. I feel myself. Just sold for $6,200,000. Charlestonians now refer to this house as the Obama's house. During the campaign, but 5 years ago, President Obama delivered his famous Charleston speech from the porch of that house. Charleston carried Obama. That house was built in 1854 by a man named Patrick O'Donnell. Built the house for his bride-to-be. House took so long to build, that gal run over another fella. Ain't no woman gonna wait no 8 years for no house. That's how long it took 8 years. We're gonna wait 8 years. Let's move on. 8 years for no house. I heard that. It's all right. The pink house. Narrow south in town. 2 bedroom. Just sold for $850,000. A lady asked, well, where's the rest of the house? I said, you will find nothing in this part of town under $1 million. Unless you buy one of the units out of the Fort Sumter condominium in front of us there. They're running close to $1 million for 3 rooms, someplace in the basement in the back. Real estate is very expensive, not only down here, but all over Peninsula Charleston compared to your suburbs. Now you go in the suburbs, find it much, much cheaper. More floor space and all. Here we are now at the Battery. But in Charleston, it is not pronounced Battery. It is pronounced, I heard it, Battery. There you go, Battery. The land right over there is James Island. James Island is like a large suburb of Charleston. Lots of sidewalk and streets and pavements and lights, all that good stuff around James Island. Just beyond James Island, largest island in South Carolina, Johns Island. Rural part of town. Farmland, trees, birds, bees, bugs, snakes, alligators. All that good stuff around Johns Island. Just beyond Johns Island, one of the richest islands in the world. Kiowa Island. There's a hotel out on Kiowa Island called Sanctuary. When you die, don't make up into heaven, go straight to Sanctuary. They're going to charge you though. Heaven is free. Well, if you buy it now, but then let's move on. On our right, flat building in the middle ocean out there, straight out there. Not left or right, but straight out. Fort Sumter. You see where I am? Straight out. Fort Sumter was started back in 1829. They never finished really building Fort Sumter because the Civil War started. Look down to the far right of Fort Sumter. See the buildings on there and the shoreline over there. That is where Fort Johnson was located. It was from Fort Johnson, April 12, 1861, where the first shot of the Civil War was fired onto a federal ship, bring supplies to the federal soldiers at Fort Sumter. Look again to the right of Fort Sumter, but this time to the land, stretching out the right. All the trees there, and a little sailboat. That's an island. Now, it's not connected where the buildings are. It looks like it is, but there's a large waterway between the two. What we're looking at now is Morris Island. Have you ever seen the movie Glory? Remember the end of that movie? A man of those black soldiers at the 54th Massachusetts Regiment died going up that hill trying to take Fort Wagner. Wasn't filmed there. Actual battle took place out on Morris Island. See Denzel running up that hill right now? And you ladies will be walking on water, knocking Jesus over, trying to get Denzel. Last time I read, Jesus thought going to walk on water. Yeah. Look at the left of Fort Sumter.
I'll make sure I
See,
put
listen
Denzel.
You're right, y'all be in trouble. Look at the left of Fort Sumter. You land to the left, see the building, the lighthouse, the radar tower. What we're looking at now is Sullivan's Island. Charles, don't forget Sullivan Island. I've been making a reference to Sullivan Island again. Sullivan Island. First track, that is where many blacks in Charleston, in South Carolina, in the southeast, symbolically referred to as their Ellis Island. When Africans got here, they had to stay in pest houses, P-E-S-T, 2 weeks in quarantine, before being brought over to this part of town, placed in warehouses, subsequently to be sold off into slavery. All the pest houses at Manhattan Island all gone. Over 40% of Africans entering America came in through Sullivan's Island. Some historians have bet as much as 50% more than any other slave port in America. You're looking close to 500,000 people.